What's the best dog food? Raw food diet for dogs. The consumption of raw meat is beneficial for the organism of the dogs since in this way it obtains the maximum of nutrients, enzymes, vitamins and natural probiotics. However, fruit and vegetables that have not gone through a cooking or semi-digestion process are not easily assimilable, which is why many owners who follow the BARF diet steam the food of origin. Vegetable. It is important to emphasize that raw food can be very beneficial, but at the same time it can favor the transmission of parasites and pathogens. For this reason it is very important to ensure the origin and quality of the raw materials and even freeze them, although this slightly alters the nutritional value. The nutritional requirements of the dog are mainly based on proteins and fats, but the body also needs mineral fatty acids and vitamins. For that reason, if you plan to start your dog on the raw or BARF diet, we recommend you to go to a veterinarian specialized in nutrition, which will provide you with a balanced guide to avoid possible nutritional deficiencies, also to ensure the good health of the dog. It is recommended to perform a blood test every 6 months and strictly follow the internal and external vaccination and deworming schedule. Below we will show you some general advantages and disadvantages of the consumption of raw diets in dogs. Advantage: the dog generates a stronger and healthier immune system. It has a better assimilation of nutrients. In most cases, fresh breath and clean teeth are observed. It is a more appetizing food. The owner can choose the food and its origin. Generally, a greater shine of the hair is observed. Disadvantages: there is a risk of disease transmission. Without veterinary control, the dog may have nutritional deficiencies. The consumption of large bones can cause tooth breakage. Not all dogs assimilate this diet easily, especially if they have always eaten processed foods.
Alrighty, let's get cooking. Well, not cooking. Alright, so I have all of my ingredients here, and we're just gonna go step by step right down the row. So the first thing I do is I dump in about 2.5 pounds of lean ground beef and then a pound of lean ground turkey. And then I just dump it right into the bowl. Also, a little warning, if you are a squeamish person and you don't do well with blood and meat and stuff, this is not your video. It gets kind of gross sometimes. I even have some more gross things coming, so just as a warning. All right, so we have our meat base in there, and then I usually just put in my dry ingredients. So the first thing I'm going to be putting in is ground up pumpkin seeds, and this is for manganese to help support healthy ligaments. And I do about a tablespoon for this whole thing, so it's not too much, just a little bit. I kind of feel like adding just maybe a tablespoon and a half. Yeah, that looks good. Usually I just eyeball it so I don't have complete measurements, but that looks good. And then I have some ground up ginger, which I thought she would hate, but she actually eats it well. And this is also for manganese to help support ligaments. So I'm gonna do about a tablespoon. And then hemp hearts. So hemp hearts are just all around amazing for your dog and yourself. And I'm gonna be putting about 3 tablespoons, and this helps balance the fats in the meal. Something I like to add, it's not necessary, but this is just some dried nettle leaf. And nettle is super nutritious and just super amazing all around. And I just sprinkle a little bit because I don't think she likes it a super ton. But it's just good for her, so I put it in there. Next, I will put in some apple cider vinegar. And once again, this is also just super healthy for dogs and people. And this one, I would say maybe put like 1/3 of a cup. Actually, I want to mix it up a little bit. I want to get those good bacterias from off of the bottom. And then these are sardines. And I put about 2 cans in this big batch. And then I usually just go drain it in the sink first. Once again, it's pretty gross. You just kind of got to get down and dirty. And then for this step, we just have one more ingredient, and that is eggs. I'm lazy and I just crack my eggs and put them back in there. So for the big batch, I usually put about 3 or 4 eggs. I think I'm gonna stick with 3 right now. And you wanna save the eggshells because we're actually gonna be grinding these up and putting them in the food as well. Alrighty, now we just mix it all up. And this is the part where my husband cannot walk in or else he starts gagging. It's good for now. So this is what it looks like so far. Yummy. So you're gonna need a food processor and then a head of broccoli. And you can put whatever vegetables you feel like is best. Obviously, just don't put onions or garlic because dogs can't have that. I'm gonna blend this together. I am just going to throw this into the meat mixture we have going on. All right, now I'm gonna add a couple handfuls of spinach. Then I'm gonna put in, this is about a half a bell pepper. I'm gonna put about 2 eggshells. I'm gonna crunch it up just a little bit. And then we have liver. So that's what a can of liver looks like. It's usually more soupy, but I think all the blood fell out. So I usually do about 3 or 4, depending on how big they are. Like that's little. And she loves eating these plain, so sometimes I'll just give them to her. And liver has copper, zinc, and iron, and it's just overall just so healthy. And then we are gonna add this soup. And then that was the final step. So we just mix that all together. Lastly, I just fill these up. And these are 3 cups apiece.
Would you offer this type of diet to your dog? Would you like to know more about them? Or to make more examples of recipes? Leaving us a comment, and do not forget to give us a like and subscribe if this video you liked. Bye, see you in a new video.